Sunlight floods Emily's apartment, illuminating the dazzling facets of her engagement ring. She holds her hand aloft, lost in the hypnotic sparkle, a beacon of the perfect fairy tale she envisions. A tender smile graces her lips, a fleeting expression of pure, unadulterated joy. Yet, a subtle shadow of unease flickers across her face, a silent whisper questioning the flawless facade. In a wedding planning office, Emily is overwhelmed. Her desk is a chaotic explosion of fabrics, flowers, and invitations. Her brow is furrowed with stress as she rubs her temples, battling a sea of wedding decisions. The shrill ring of her phone pierces the tense atmosphere. She glances at the caller ID, a soft sigh escaping her lips before she answers. Andrew's voice drifts through the line, distant and preoccupied, adding to her mounting anxiety. In Emily's warmly lit apartment, Andrew gestures theatrically as he presents Lucas to Emily. Lucas extends a hand, a mischievous grin dancing across his lips, his confident posture immediately seizing Emily's attention. Their handshake lingers, an unexpected spark of electricity crackling between them, unseen yet palpable. Emily's eyes widen slightly, betraying a flicker of surprise and intrigue as she meets Lucas's gaze. Oblivious, Andrew beams, unaware of the subtle, charged undercurrent now swirling in the room. Sunlight floods the bakery, each ray highlighting the frustration etched on Emily's face as she confronts a large, ornate cake box. The air is thick with unspoken tension, as Emily's furrowed brow hints at a brewing crisis. The sudden jingle of the bell announces Lucas's entrance, breaking the silence with a promise of chaos. Lucas strides in, bearing a precarious tower of mismatched cupcakes, a sweet but unsteady offering. A wide, disarming smile spreads across Lucas's face as he approaches Emily, his optimism a stark contrast to her distress. Problem solved. Who even cares about flavor when everyone's drunk at a wedding, right? Lucas declares, his words hanging in the sunlit air. In the dress-fitting room, tension hangs heavy amidst scattered fabric and pins. Emily stands defeated on the pedestal, her face etched with frustration and despair. Lucas watches from the sidelines, a smirk dancing on his lips as he observes Emily's distress. "You're overthinking this. You could wear a potato sack, and Andrew would still say you look like a queen," Lucas says, his amusement cutting through the tense atmosphere. Bathed in the soft glow of lamplight, Emily's apartment is a cozy haven amidst wedding chaos, takeout containers, and bridal magazines strewn across the coffee table. Emily paces restlessly, her rising voice echoing her mounting anxiety. "I just don't know how I'm going to do this, Lucas." Lucas, perched on the sofa's edge, watches her with a mixture of concern and empathy, offering a silent reassurance. He leans forward, his voice a soothing balm. "I understand, Emily. Wedding planning is incredibly stressful." Tension hangs heavy as Emily confesses. "Everything. But I guess the seating chart. I can't seem to make anyone happy." Lucas proposes a solution, his words laced with support. "Okay, let's tackle that. Maybe we can brainstorm some ideas together?" Under the cloak of night, Lucas guides Emily to the reception hall, where dim lights weave long, dancing shadows, painting a scene of romance. The air hangs still, heavy with the intoxicating perfume of flowers, each bloom whispering promises of the night to come. A palpable sense of anticipation fills the space, a silent hum vibrating through the very foundations of the hall. Lucas looks at Emily, his eyes reflecting a deep, heartfelt sentiment. His voice, soft yet firm, cuts through the scented air. "He's lucky to have you." A shadow of concern darkens his gaze as he adds, "And if he doesn't treat you right, he doesn't deserve you." Rain lashes against the windows of Emily's apartment as a storm rages outside, mirroring the inner turmoil. Lucas and Emily pore over a chaotic guest list, their faces illuminated by the dim light, brows furrowed in thought. A fleeting touch their hands brush as they reach for the same pen, a spark igniting in the charged atmosphere. Lucas's gaze locks onto Emily's, the unspoken question hanging heavy in the air as he whispers her name. Emily. In the intimate space of Emily's apartment, Lucas and Emily are drawn together, their bodies close. A kiss ignites between them, passionate and forbidden, charged with an electric energy. The kiss deepens, becoming all-consuming, a devastating collision of desire and longing. Time seems to stand still as they lose themselves in the intensity of the moment. As the kiss breaks, they pull apart, breathless, the weight of their actions hanging heavy in the air. Their eyes meet, filled with a mix of guilt and the lingering echo of the passion they just shared. The air in Emily's apartment is heavy with unspoken emotions, a silent echo of their recent kiss. Emily and Lucas stand separated by a chasm of unspoken desires, the space between them charged with longing. A nearby table lamp casts elongated shadows that dance across the room, mirroring the complexity of their feelings. Emily's voice trembles as she breaks the silence. "This can't happen." Lucas responds with a heavy heart, his voice barely a whisper. "I know." Though his words convey acceptance, the depths of his eyes betray a truth he cannot voice, a love that lingers against all reason. Andrew steps into the familiar embrace of his apartment, the weight of his work trip still heavy on his shoulders. His luggage hits the floor with a soft thud as his eyes sweep across the room, searching for a sense of homecoming. Emily offers a strained smile, but her gaze betrays her, drifting nervously towards Lucas, who sits rigid on the sofa. An awkward silence descends, thicker than the air itself, as a seed of suspicion begins to sprout in Andrew's mind. Warm lamplight spills across Emily's apartment as Andrew's face, etched with concern, casts long, probing shadows. Emily shifts, her unease palpable, her eyes flickering around the room as if searching for a hidden escape route. Andrew's voice cuts through the silence, laden with worry. "Do you think Lucas is distracting you from the wedding?" Emily laughs, the sound forced and brittle, betraying the turmoil beneath the surface. "What? Don't be ridiculous!" But her laughter rings hollow, a desperate attempt to mask the truth that flickers in her eyes, revealing her guilt. Amidst the cheerful chaos of the rehearsal dinner, laughter and clinking glasses create a warm, lively atmosphere. Andrew carelessly leaves his phone on a crowded table, drawn away by the festivities. Turning back, his eyes are drawn to Lucas and Emily, huddled in a dimly lit corner, their intense discussion casting long shadows. A stony glare hardens Andrew's features as he watches them, the jovial atmosphere now a stark contrast to his darkening mood. Silverware clatters to a halt, the murmur of polite conversation dying as Andrew's explosive entrance shatters the rehearsal dinner's fragile peace. Emily and Lucas freeze, caught in the harsh glare of Andrew's sudden animosity. The room becomes a crucible of unspoken accusations, every guest a silent witness to the impending confrontation. Andrew's voice cuts through the suffocating tension, raw and demanding. "What the hell is this?" All eyes converge on the trio, the festive atmosphere replaced by a palpable sense of dread and anticipation. In the middle of the rehearsal dinner, Andrew explodes in a sudden storm of fury, his abrupt departure leaving a palpable tension in the air. Lucas, face etched with concern, is quick to follow, his hurried steps echoing in the stunned silence. He desperately tries to explain, his words lost in the wake of Andrew's dramatic exit. Around the room, guests shift uncomfortably, their eyes darting away from the unfolding scene, a collective unease settling over the celebration. The joyous atmosphere is shattered, replaced by whispers and sidelong glances as the dinner descends into awkward disarray. In Emily's dimly lit apartment, torn invitations and discarded wedding decorations are scattered across the floor, coated in a film of dust and regret. Each piece tells a story of shattered dreams and unspoken promises. Her phone buzzes incessantly on the coffee table, a relentless reminder of the world outside and the decisions she can no longer ignore. The insistent ringing amplifies the anxiety that claws at her insides, making each unanswered call a heavy burden. Crushed by the weight of her actions, Emily remains still, a prisoner in her own apartment, haunted by what she has done. Andrew stands in the doorway of Emily's apartment, a cardboard box, a physical barrier between them. He steps inside, the box landing on the table with a thud that echoes the unspoken words. His eyes, once a harbor of warmth, now reflect a chilling distance, piercing Emily's heart. A deafening silence descends, amplifying the weight of their fractured connection. Emily watches the city's hum, a stark contrast to the stillness of their final moments. The finality of their breakup crashes over Emily, each second marking the end of what was. In the dimly lit apartment, long shadows dance on the walls, cloaking the room in an air of heavy anticipation. Lucas stands before Emily, his face etched with a torment of regret and an undeniable longing. The air vibrates with unspoken emotions, a silent battlefield of the heart. His voice, soft and laced with vulnerability, breaks the silence. "I didn't plan for this," he confesses. He continues, the weight of his admission hanging heavy in the air. "But I can't pretend I don't love you." Tears well up in Emily's eyes, a silent testament to the storm raging within her. Bathed in the gentle glow of the apartment, Emily and Lucas sit in silence, the weight of unspoken words hanging heavy in the air. Emily's face is etched with remorse, the pain of her actions mirrored in her tear-filled eyes. Her voice cracks as she confesses, "I don't know if I can forgive myself for hurting him." Lucas reaches out, his expression a mixture of empathy and resolve, offering a silent promise of support. "Then let me carry some of the guilt with you," Lucas says, his words a tender offering of shared burden. Sunlight pierces through the window of Emily's apartment, illuminating the solitude that envelops her. Dust motes dance in the air like fleeting memories as she stands motionless, lost in the labyrinth of her thoughts. Her face is a canvas of somber emotions, where understanding and regret intertwine. A profound silence fills the room, broken only by the unspoken weight of her reflections. With a heavy heart, Emily murmurs to herself, her words echoing the complexities of the heart. Love is never simple. Her voice cracks with the acknowledgement of love's harsh realities. Sometimes it's messy, painful, even cruel. Amidst a whirlwind of scattered magazines and colorful fabric swatches, Emily stands, the air heavy with unspoken expectations. Her gaze sweeps over the frothy wedding dresses, symbols of a future she knows isn't hers. She rejects the meticulously arranged flower arrangements, representing a life perfectly curated for everyone but herself. In a moment of stark clarity, Emily chooses honesty, raw and unyielding, breaking free from the well-trodden path. On a desolate street, Emily and Lucas walk hand in hand, their footsteps echoing in the aftermath of a violent storm. Above them, the cloudy sky mirrors the uncertainty hanging over their future, a canvas of unspoken fears. The weight of the storm's aftermath is palpable as they walk, unaware of what lies ahead. Despite the ominous sky, their hands tighten around each other, a silent vow of unity against the unknown. In this moment of shared uncertainty, Emily and Lucas find strength in their bond, ready to face whatever comes next. In the dim solitude of her apartment, Emily is framed by long shadows, the room a canvas of quiet introspection. Her face, etched with the weight of recent trials, now reflects a serene acceptance, a hard-won tranquility. The air is still, the apartment holding its breath as if in reverence of the calm after a storm. A profound understanding dawns in her eyes, the clarity of truth cutting through the lingering shadows. She whispers, her voice barely audible, a testament to her transformation. "The truth has set me free, even though it came at a great cost." Emily's gaze lifts, meeting an unseen horizon, her spirit unburdened and ready to embrace the dawn. In the vibrant heart of the park, Emily and Lucas sit together on a weathered bench, their hands intertwined. The air is filled with the sounds of children's laughter, their joyous chaos painting a vivid backdrop to the couple's quiet moment. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees, casting playful shadows that dance around them. Light filters through the leaves, creating a mosaic on the ground, mirroring the intricate beauty of their bond. Emily and Lucas exchange a subtle, knowing smile, a silent testament to the unique love they share. In the simple act of holding hands, they find a profound peace, a contentment that transcends words. In the quiet of her apartment, Emily sits bathed in the soft glow of a desk lamp, her brow furrowed in thought as she leans over her journal. The scratching of her pen fills the silent room as she captures her deepest thoughts on paper, the city's distant hum, a lonely backdrop. Pausing, she taps her pen against her chin, a storm of emotions swirling within her, seeking release. With a sigh, she writes, her words echoing the ache in her heart. "Sometimes the heart betrays us. All we can do is face the truth, no matter the cost."